Hola, hola, ¿qué tal, gente brava? We are back with our boy of Santos Bravos. Obviously, we got the announcement, I think it was yesterday, that they were finally dropping the music video for Kawasaki. So here we are, we're gonna watch the music video. I already saw, obviously we all saw the looks, like the photo shots of the outfits they were wearing. They're all in black. Different styles of black. Drewski with his like the mesh shirt, you could see his belly button. Kawi with like the silk shirt, and then we have our, I think it's really funny, not funny haha, but just like interesting how like the older members are the ones that have like the sleeveless shirts, so they're like showing off their muscles. You know, you got like Gavi, Drew, and Ale showing off their like arms, their muscles, and then Kenneth is like fully covered up with like the jacket, our little boy Kenneth, and Kawi just with like the loose fitting. It's like, it's almost like a silk shirt with like a open in the top. I love his hair. I love that they're letting his curls out. Anyways, those were the concept photos for the music video. So we're gonna be checking out the music video for Kawasaki here, and then it's just like I have a couple of extra comments after the video, but I didn't want to make the intro super long. So without further ado, we're gonna be checking out the official music video for Santos Bravos, Kawasaki. Here we go. The motorcycles, that's Kawasaki's. And it's like just like the other one when they're in the metal box. Oh, I can't get over Alice's intro. Like the different with the tones, the warm and the cool. I love the difference between like the red and the cool and the warm. No me importan like demás, contigo quiero, también me acelera. Oh, I like the still shots. Then like the pan out that they're in the middle of the desert. Oh my god, fierce. The chains. Y si tú me miras, yo te sigo a donde me digas. Oh, the motorcycles are pulling. They're pulling the walls out. They're free of their little cage. Remember how I said, are they in jail in the last video? Oh, Drew looking fierce. They're all giving their like fierce faces. Dance break. Como Kawasaki. Como Kawasaki. Bailando. I love Gabi. Gabi has so much attitude. Hey! And his hairdo. Come on, Kawe. Contigo quiero, pégate más. No me importan las demás. Contigo, Drew! Yes. I have goosebumps, you guys. Tengo escalofrío, escalofrío. The chorus. A donde me digas. Oh, I love the slow-mos. Como Kawasaki. And that's slow-mo shot of Drew. Kawasaki, como Kawasaki. The motorcycle's leaving. Kawasaki, como Kawasaki. Kawasaki. Okay, I had no idea what kind of concept they would use. I think this fits perfectly because they incorporated the motorcycles, you know, because the Kawasaki is like a brand of motorcycles. I think it made sense how they incorporated it with like the motorcycles surrounding them. And I don't know if you guys remember in the performance video when I saw the building, I was like, are they in jail? Because they look like they're just like in a box. literally the motorcycles came and like ripped the walls off and like freed them, kind of. I loved in the intro that you were doing like the difference between switching between the cool tone and the warm tone with like the blue hue and like then the reddish. I love the slow-mos and like little still shots of them like doing the choreo. Thought that was so cool. I like that they started the song like the performance video, so it's kind of like that was like the same, but then I don't remember if was the ceiling the same or was it different? I think the ceiling was different. I don't even know. I don't remember. But this looks like a jail. But anyways, I love our boy Gabi, our Puerto Rican Boricua. He's like such a silly goose, but their arms, they're so toned. Like all the three of them. Obviously, I like my memory is like Dory. I swear I forget stuff. I don't think in the performance video, Gabi, Drew, and Ale had the short sleeve, because I think, okay, yeah, in the performance video they all had jackets. The only one that was showing off the arms was Drew, our boy Drew. But then if you notice, like, even though this section right here, the set is slightly different because the ceiling is different, and in this Ale has a different shirt on. Even Drew has like a different top on. It's still showing the arms, and then Gabi showing his arms. They look so cool. Like the styling, the stylist, chef's kiss, on point. I'm obsessed with Gabi's hair. Like his hair, his little hair, like his hairstyle. It makes it kind of look like very like a motorcycle, like our little boy Lionel. Thundercat. Obviously how his hair I mentioned. But going back, what I was saying, I lost my train of thought. I love that the fact that the motorcycles came and like broke them free, took out the walls. They're like in the middle of the desert, and then you have, obviously they're just, it's very minimalistic video kind of, because they're literally just still in that same square floor in the middle of the desert doing the choreography, just doing the performance. They're not doing anything crazy. They're not running around, and there's not a lot of like drama. It's literally just them doing the choreo. But the way that they edited it, so to have like slow motion sections and to have like the going back and forth with the dark and cool, sorry, the cool and warm tones, the red and the blue, and then also the motorcycles revving. Like if you guys know, like the lyric in Spanish, tú a mí me aceleras como Kawasaki. It's like you rev me up like a Kawasaki. And that's literally what the motorcycles are doing. They're like revving their engines and just like going in circles. Because if you notice on the floor, there was like the dirt floor, it was just like circles, so they're just doing circles. But also when they do the aerial shots of the floor where they're dancing, you see like circles all throughout. Let me see if I can kind of find a good shot. So you can see like you can see the circles. So it's almost like obviously the motorcycle was in there also doing circles. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like, I think 6. But I love that the even like the yeah, and I love that they did like, yeah, see, you can see like all the circles from the dirt bike, because the dirt bike was also in there where they are. Almost kind of like they're leaving their marks, because you know they're revved up. They're revved up like motorcycles, so they're leaving their marks. It's like they're the ones popping donuts on the dance floor. But like that skyline, I don't know. Wait, where were they? I don't know if this is like on location or if that background might be CGI. I want to see the making of right now, because I don't know if they filmed this while they were abroad, like in Paris. I forget where else they traveled to. But also the scene, like, ugh, that the reddish, like yellow warm tone makes it look like fire. Like, but obviously it's just the lighting, but it makes it look like fire. It makes it look hot also. So you can see like all the skid marks. I love the sequence where Drew does his like backflip front, that it goes from the cool tone to the warm tone, and he's just like at the end of like that fierce pose that they give, because they're in su tiempo bravo, you know, they're like in su faceta brava, the little bad boys, and that fit Drew looks so good, like the mesh shirt, like just enough see-through. But look at them arms. Look at Gabby's arms. I forgot how like much muscle he had, because we saw that at the beginning of like when he first got scouted, you know? He was like, we saw a lot more of their muscles. But this overhead shot, so iconic. And then like just finishing at the end, like giving like mad dog faces. Like, we're fierce. Somos bravos. Let me see if I can. So, oh, I love the little silver accents on Gabby's. That's like a good, like, oh, I hadn't noticed that. They all have like silver accents to offset the black. But, yeah, that was, I love the video. I love the video. Love the song. Still obsessed with it. Still jamming to it. What I did want to mention is, I am loving, I noticed right after the performance video was posted that some people, I don't even want to call them fans, because I feel like people gotta trust the process. People are like already complaining about like Hive is not promoting them enough. They're not promoting them in like the Mexican shows, blah, blah, blah. But it's like the music video just dropped. Do you know like how promo works? The way promo works is you drop the music video and then you schedule appearances to talk about the music video. Like, you don't go up into like shows or like podcasts or like radio or like digital platforms to talk about the music video before it's even dropped. They gotta drop the music video first, or the performance video, so that people have the visuals to ask them about, like, how did you feel about doing the song, about the theme, the blah blah, you know? So that's one thing. Also, they're literally like 3-month-old group. Right now, just because we love them and we think they're so popular, doesn't mean that the general media is going to be like, oh, let me look at this Nugu group that's only 3 months old and give them a platform, give them like 5 minutes of airtime, when like airtime is expensive. They gotta wait. A lot of people wait. A lot of media waits, especially like the main media, like I'm talking about like major broadcast channels, like let's say Univision, Telemundo, shows like Despierta America. The fact that they were even Despierta America with 0%, it's like a big deal. But like big shows like those, to give them a platform, they're not going to give a platform to a brand new group just because they're from a major company. Like Hive Latin America is fairly, very, very new to the Latin market. So take out the fact that they're from Hive. Whatever new group, they're not going to get as much exposure as Santos Bravos is already getting. Like, they already got nominated, Premios Los Nuestros, and they're going to be performing in Premios Los Nuestros. You don't, like 3 months, you don't have new groups doing that. Like, that's the Hive privilege. Because if it was any other group outside of Hive, it would be maybe like a year till you start seeing them on TV. Like the fact that they had the holiday special on Canal de las Estrellas, that's huge. Like, new groups don't have those opportunities. So I don't know what other promo fans expect, but I feel like some fans are very impatient and they want everything like boom right off the bat to explode. But you gotta give it time to simmer. You know, you gotta give them time to cook, because whenever somebody explodes right off the bat, they become a one-hit wonder. Whereas if they do like a slow build up, like slowly build, yes, they have their fan base, that those of us that watch them from their debut, but also the fans that are coming into the fandom that didn't watch the competition show, people that are finding about them from like television or from like online media or from like social media, you know, their shorts, their stuff popping up in the algorithms, or even people finding out about them from like the newer performances they're going to be doing. People, they're going to see them in Premio Nuestro, they're going to be like, oh, who are these guys, you know? So from there, you get new fans and new like listeners. So you got to slowly build, because you don't want to just the fan base that watch them through the YouTube show. You want like general fan base, like general audience, general listeners from like radio stations to tune into them, because that's a more solid fan base. And the more solid the fan base is, the bigger they're able to grow, because then the roots are stronger, if you get what I'm trying to say. But that was one thing that I kind of noticed, and I hope you guys understand how promotion works. Like literally 2 days after the performance video dropped, they already had like so many posts on social media, so many people talking about them. It was announced that they were going to perform, like I mentioned, but also for those people that were wondering like how come they don't get like to collaborate with other Hive artists or like fly to Korea to see them. And I'm only mentioning this, somebody mentioned it in a comment, so please don't think I'm coming at you. I'm just kind of like explaining in general. Like I said, they're 3 months old. There's not, they need a reason to be flown to Korea to appear like on anything. They're not going to do that for a single. They would do that if they're promoting a full album with a lead single. Like the example that I saw was Katsai. Katsai didn't go to Korea and didn't get to participate in like Music Bank or anything like that until a year after they debuted. Like after they did Coachella. Not Coachella, sorry. Was it Coachella? Lollapalooza. One of those two. I think it was Lollapalooza. After they did Lollapalooza, then they went to Korea, and it was only because they were promoting Beautiful Chaos. They weren't promoting their debut album because it didn't go with Touch or Debut. They were promoting with Gnarly, and that was like their second mini album. So they already had like a good following, and they had like a good standing, and they had made an appearance in Lollapalooza. So then that's why they have another album, and so they have like an album to promote. I think that's when we might possibly, I'm not saying they will go to Korea and promote, because there's really no reason for a Latin pop group to be promoting in Korea. Like if you think about it, honestly, the only reason Katsai did it is because they're English speaking, so their song is in English. So there are a lot of like American artists that have promoted in Korea, but they're like English artists. They're not like Spanish speakers. So I feel like it would be a long shot to see Santos Bravos doing any promotions in Korea media, but they are getting, like I mentioned, the Hive treatment. They're not necessarily collaborating with, appearing in the video with other Hive artists, but the fact that other Hive artists are doing their challenges, that's giving them more exposure, like I mentioned. Because obviously I noticed it because I listen to a lot of the other Hive artists. So I listen to like Boy Next Door, N-Team, TXT, who else? Katsai, Eyelid, you know? And all of those groups have shown their support by doing their choreo. And we got a Santos Bravos Eyelid collab, because they were both in France for Paris, you know, for the fashion show in Paris. So that right there is huge. We have their first official collaboration like together. Not first, because I did one with, did one with Katsai for 0%. And I can't remember if I did one with Le Serafin. But they did like a collab with Eyelid. You know, they did Not Cute Anymore, because that's Eyelid's song. And then they did the challenge for Kawasaki. So like they got exposure through the Eyelid fan base. You know, they have exposure there. And then with the other groups like Boy Next Door, Tomorrow by Together, N-Team, Katsai also doing their challenges, those fan bases are like, oh, what, this is like a catchy song, let me check it out. And they can come and like check what these boys are about, you know? So that's how it works. Obviously, so far they only have 2 singles to kind of show off, but literally it's like they're 3 months old. Also Cordis, that's another one that they did, the Cordis did their challenge. And also I just want to mention, I don't know if you guys noticed in the comments, our boy Alejandro is in his like K-pop fanboy era. I think it is so cute that he's commenting in Korean That is amazing. The fact that he's like trying, obviously like either using a translator or asking Jessica, like, how do you say this in Korean? Because I want to comment back and thank them for like supporting us. I think that's the cutest interaction. The fact that they're all reposting, like Gawi, I've seen it, like Gavi, Ali obviously, and Drew. Drew is always up in the comments as well, so that's like so cool. I hope they eventually get their like in-person collaborations with them. Another thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys noticed, there's so much stuff that has come out like between their lives and like the recent interview that just came out, but in a lot of, obviously Alejandro was showing his like Bravo side, but with that his black hairdo, like when he combs it down, he's giving emo boy. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but he's giving like, I'm a bad emo boy. I think it's so cute. It's like, I can't take you seriously because you look like an emo boy to me. And I know you're trying to be like tough or like kind of like smooth operator, but you're giving emo boy. It's in a pop band. But that's, I think that's so cute. And obviously somebody needs to save our boy Gavi from Egyo. You know, like they say, born to be a reggaetonero, forced to be in a pop band. Oh my gosh, I gotta love our boy Gavi. He needs some Egyo classes. But anyways, all of that rambling extra to say, what did you guys think about the music video? Was it what you expected? What did you think of their looks, their fashion, I think they've come such a long way from obviously from when they debuted. Like all the dancers are on par with the vocalists, and the vocalists are on par with the dancers. Like the ones that were not dancers was like Ale and Gavi, like dancing isn't their strongest points. Even though Gavi did have like a little bit of dance experience, because if you guys remember when he was auditioning, he had to show off like his dance skills. But definitely Alejandro, he came a long way. And then with the vocals also are other people like Drew. His vocals are so good. Like, and not only that, but singing in Portuguese, like he's gotta get that, you know, like the pronunciation correctly and get the vibe going. And his vocals are not weak at all. So they all like are right on par with each other. You can't say there's like one weak member in either dancing or vocals or performance, because they also gotta serve face and they gotta sell you the vibe and they gotta tell you like, I'm tough. Estoy siendo bravo, you know? So they all were serving looks. I love the styling, love this outfit. Such a long way from the crazy stuff they were wearing during the competition show that I don't even know what was happening there. But they got it right. They got it right finally. But anyways, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you next time.